Hi, my name's Paul Senior. I am a professional fisherman. I've been a professional fisherman since I was about 28, so that's quite a few years now. I travelled all around the world on super yachts. I was a captain of super yachts, and I went on a lot of different boats. I spent 12 years at sea. I'd hate to think how many miles I did. And then I came back to New Zealand, and now I have a passion for fishing remote places for big snapper on soft baits. I wanted a boat that wasn't too big because I want to tow it to remote areas in my car, in my Subaru, which, I can't tow a really big boat. I want it to be really easy because I just want to pop away for a couple of days, but I want to reach these remote areas. I kind of searched around a few different brands, and then I met Simon Minotpro from Innovision Boat. And this guy is a young guy, and his passion is a bit like mine. It's design and innovation. I've had my Innovision Boat now for 3 or 4 months. Today was the 5th time I've been up to Hohora here, and I've actually been all the way to North Cape, and today we went around to Tom Bowling Bay. So we're fishing the top of New Zealand, and my boat is 5.15 metres long. When I first got it, I was a little bit skeptical and a bit scared to go these long distances into these areas where the Tasman actually meets the Pacific Ocean in a tiny little boat. But now I'm fully confident, and that's why I've done it 5 times. I have no worries at all about going to these faraway places in this small boat. Today it chopped up to about 15, 20 knots from the west, but we just powered home. We actually powered straight past the 6.5 metre boat on the way home, and we're at like 5.15 metres. The special design features that puts this boat apart from the other aluminium tinny kind of brands is first the plumb bow. The plumb bow, it cuts through the waves rather than pounding across the top. So this boat does not pound, it cuts through. If you have a look at the bow, it's really sharp. And so what I do, I've got these trim tabs on the back of it, these zip weight trim tabs, which are connected to the GPS, and they're not the traditional trim tab, they're like a foil, and they're constantly working to keep my boat flat, which means my bow's always working at the optimum angle, which means I can go faster and I can go straight into these waves, and I'm not pounding, I'm just kind of pushing through it, and the performance is amazing. Like, I've been on a lot of boats. I've been on, when I was on super yachts and fishing boats, I experienced a lot of tenders, a lot of really expensive boats. This boat here, I can honestly tell you, this is the best tinny I've ever been on by a country mile. I would never think about going to the top of New Zealand around North Cape in a 5.15 metre tin boat until I got an Innovision. Now I'll do it all day long. It's not a problem, and I love it. It's centre console. Previously, I didn't like centre consoles because I got wet. This boat, you don't get wet. I don't know how he's done it, but you really do not get wet. You hardly get any spray on you, and you can walk around it fully for your soft baiting, casting soft baits, catching a big snapper. Walking around the boat makes a big difference. Also, he does little innovative things like the rod storage design. So I don't have rods in the rod holders like most boats do, or in front of the windscreen. That's a bit of a pain. So they're all stored in the gunnels. All we have is one rod each, and we can walk around the boat fighting fish. And so today that really came into its own because Mark and I both hooked a decent kingfish each. We're fighting side by side, and I was running around the boat, he was running around the boat, and we had nothing in our way to stop us. We didn't have to lift rods out of the way, go over the top of rods, just walking around. So it's a really clear space for fighting fish. For me, being like from a super yacht, professional kind of boating background, I like boats really simple, really clean, nothing on the decks, nothing that you don't need. So the decks on this boat are they're clean, there's nothing to trip over, the rods are all put away, so it's just this fish fighting platform, and the performance going through the sea is amazing, and I just love this boat. So we've put a Honda engine on the boat, and the reliability is big for me because I'm going to these places where if I break down, it's not good. So I did a bit of research. Honda is a very reliable motor, and also the fuel economy is that's pretty cool as well, because I remember the first time I went to fill up the fuel tank, I thought there must be something wrong because I couldn't fit enough fuel, and I was going, surely it's used more fuel than that. So the economy on this thing is, like, we went to the top of New Zealand from Hohora to Tom Bowling Bay and back. Oh, how much did I use? Half a tank. So I think it's 130, about 65 litres, something like that, going a long, long way. So the economy is almost like really is unbelievable sometimes. And I'm not just saying that because you're going to save some money. When I'm in these remote locations, I want to go a long way. That helps me go further as well, so I can, I can enjoy, Northland in a little tiny boat, catching big snapper. Compared with me going out in big flash boats, miles and miles offshore, I've caught the biggest snapper on this little tiny boat. I'm absolutely loving it. I don't want to go away for days and days at a time. I just want to come and stay at a place like this at Hohora Motel, launch my boat, go out for the day, go out for a few hours, but still fishing these amazing places in New Zealand. And my Subaru and my Innovision allows me to do that. It's opened up a whole new world for me. And yeah, I just love it. It's so good.